Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Thank you for viewing. Like, share, comment. Do what you do. Make sure the word gets out. Tarot with Ange. And we're about to do an energy reading on Will Smith. Now, I got to say this disclaimer because I want to piss nobody off. This is all for entertainment purposes only. And I'm only doing energy reading for things that I feel like is about to happen in the public's eye. In regards to people's situations that have made it publicly. And I'm speaking on it just like any other blogger or any media outlet out there. So without further ado, we're about to get started. Will Smith and his accuser. Yeah. My first initial thought about the situation is I felt like they would settle that situation out of court. I do feel like it's going to be settled out of court, where you may see a situation where the charges are dropped, or there's like a situation where it's not in the public's eye anymore and things are handled quietly. I feel like there is an opportunity for that. So that was the first initial thought that I had, but we about to see. Let's see. Will Smith and his court case. 3, 4. Will Smith and his court case. So, the Magician upright. Like I said, I do feel... Okay, so I have some reservations about this whole situation. And I'm going to say that, like I said, I do feel like it's going to be settled out of court. I do feel like this is an energy of betrayal. But I also feel like this is an energy of an opportunity for the accuser to get over on a situation. So you know how sometimes people can be with something and then they shift their mind and they wait for the right opportunity to betray you. Now, I will say this. I'm not trying to victim blame or do any of that kind of stuff. But the energy that I'm picking up, I do feel like this is a shakedown. Now, two things can be right? A situation did happen, and 2, this person is like, hey, I can use this as an opportunity to, I'm falling on hard times or whatever the case may be. So at some point, some people were with it, and then it's like, okay, I have this as leverage for when the time comes, I can get what I can get. And an event of inappropriateness, I do feel like did happen, but sometimes people get beside themselves. They get too comfortable with their employees, and then they think, oh, okay, certain things, this can be a pass or whatever. Or some people may perceive it as something else, and then they get caught up in the moment, and then, things happen to where now you become liable for a situation that you probably thought, whatever. So like I said, two things can be true at once. Did an event take place? I do feel like something happened. Is this an opportunity of a shakedown? Absolutely. And I do feel like that they're going to settle this out of court. So, yeah. Of course, Will Smith is going to definitely deny the allegations. And we'll try to fight it, but I do feel like once things die down, that's when they'll start settling. But it's really not a good time for a lot of black men in the industry right now. I mean, you have the Diggs brothers. You have Tyler Perry. We're going to do Tyler Perry next because that's on my radar. You have all these successful people and minority community who are just getting hit with lawsuits for their inappropriate behavior with their employees. That's nothing new under the sun. It's been happening for a long time. It doesn't make it right that it happens all the time. It's just that sometimes people with money and power, they get beside themselves, and I don't know, they just get sloppy. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But I just know that it's happening a lot, and I'm not saying, oh, they trying to take down the black man, because that's not what it's all about. It's what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And you know, black folks with money, if you don't move accordingly, yeah, people are going to throw lawsuits at you left and right, especially if you're doing wrong. And do you deserve the punishment? Absolutely, because right is right and wrong is wrong. But yeah, and I also feel the energy that I'm picking up on with said person, the accuser. I feel like there's other things going on in their life, but I don't know if I should speak on it. I will say that there is a series of events and some turmoil that is going on in their life, and this was an opportunity to help alleviate some of those issues. Because it's not just like, oh, you just did something to me. This is another motivating factor on why I am doing this and filing this lawsuit against you. So it's like a combination of things. So it's not just one thing, that situation, the grooming and all that kind of stuff. No, there's a series of, there's other things. And it could be because of trauma. That could be part of the reason. But at the end of the day, things shifted, the energy shifted, and this is what's going on. And the victim is right as far as like in wanting to pursue legal actions against somebody who have wronged them. And then also the deciding factor in all the energy behind that is also like, okay, but you moving kind of funny with this as well, but hey, it is what it is. That's why they have court systems to figure out who has the most evidence and who can prove who right and who wrong. So we're gonna leave it up to the courts, but I feel like they're gonna settle it out of court and they gonna figure it out. All right, so it is what it is. Don't be messing with your employees. Don't be inappropriate with them. And you ain't got to worry about nothing. Let your assistants handle your employees. That's my advice to all these celebrities. It's like, how y'all get caught up, especially with Stephon Diggs, with the whole assistant and him, doing all the things that he did to the assistant. But it's kind of like, not the assistants, I'm sorry, the chef. Well, when it comes to the money matters, your assistant should be the one kind of like making sure these people get paid. But that's my opinion. I am not a celebrity. I'm just a celebrity reader, and I read people's energy. But other than that, I mean, it's just a shame. It's just a shame. Let me have been worth $60 million, and it would be a tight-knit type of business out here. I wouldn't be doing half these things these people are doing, because I'm not a creep, for one. And two, I would have been like Beyonce. I would have moved like Beyonce, okay? You wouldn't hear nothing. Everything would have been tight clothes, tight lip. Everything would have been fair. Everything would have been by the book, okay? I would not play those games. I would not play those games, and I would not keep creeps around me, and I am not a creep. So I guess that's the difference between me and a lot of people, especially in the industry. They're just creeps. They freaked out. But anyways, y'all let me know what you think. And if you'd like a private reading, you can always book one with me. The website is in the caption. All right, y'all. Let me know who you want me to do next.